Hello everybody, Xavier Skating, IFBB Men's Physique Pro, and we are at the NPC USA's. Today we got Kyle Soraka and his coach.
Bodybuilding.
So we're gonna get into this little interview and we're gonna tell you some things and we're gonna see where it's going. So Soraka.
Yes.
Now, we've known each other for a while. We've been competing, you know.
I owe you one too.
You do?
I owe you one, yeah. He got me a couple years at Olympia, a couple years ago, so we need a rematch.
So we'll get that.
Yeah,
we'll get that. So tell me, first of all, I mean, I'm surprised to see you. So you've been traveling back and forth. Mm-hmm. We both have. You're trying to get your points to the Olympia. Now we're gonna see. I guess you could say we're gonna see how that sits. What is your next move, or what's your plan?
The plan right now was to just really see how the point system goes. I'm at 17th now. Top 20 go, of course you know that. I got bumped down, I was at 15, at 17. My coach, we've been keeping a good eye on it, just seeing how it's going. And just playing it by ear now. Still trying to stay in striking distance. And hopefully we'll be there, 7 weeks.
Yeah. So, now, I actually don't even know how long you've been working with Whitey, so that's my next question. How long have y'all been working together?
It's been 2 years now?
This will be our third year.
Yeah,
Started
okay.
since the first Olympia.
Because I think the last time I saw you was Mile High in 2014?
14, yep.
Yeah, so it's awesome.
He got me my first qualification for the O.
Okay.
I got the, worked with him, I got the win in Denver, and that was my first ticket to the O.
Oh, nice.
Then the following year, same thing. We did more shows, but I got the win in Denver, and what was it? New York, Denver, and Chicago. Yeah.
I mean, you've been creating some beasts over there. I mean, I've been keeping an eye. We've talked. You've been in muscle contest shows a couple times as well. So it's awesome to see y'all, you know, being able to make the moves and travel and show support to the other promoters as well. Now, we also have Kyle here. I hear that you just competed.
Yes.
I didn't get to see it, but I would like to know how it go down.
I did pretty good at the beginning. So went out, did the comparison, striked it, did it good. When it came to the individual round, unfortunately, when it came down to my backside, I kind of pinched it and left it at that. But everything else was good, so pinching my back, my posing, that right there kind of threw me off and kind of knocked me out.
So is there anything that you noticed or that you can take from it from yourself besides that you can probably work on or do better?
Yeah, just make sure I'm more confident in my posing and realize exactly what I'm actually doing as I pose and constantly go through it mentally and physically to ensure that I'm always executing it 100%.
Now see, this is something I spoke about with David a little earlier too, but this is what's important. You know, a lot of athletes step off stage and they're like, oh, I look better than this guy, or I did better than him, or my back is better, or my posing was better. But they never look themselves in the eye and say, man, I could have did this better myself. So that's really what makes you become a good athlete, not what the next man is doing, paying attention to yourself. So my question to Soraka is, what advice do you have for Kyle?
I think he already said it, just having the confidence. I told him last night, you know, when you go out there, just own it. It's your moment. You prep for all these weeks for this one particular show, and you don't want to get up there and get the shakes or the jitters. Just go out there, be confident, and own it, you know. Upcoming shows, though, I mean, something like that, you know you can fix it.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it bothers you, that one thing that you know it was like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
That might have been what held you back.
It bothers me, but tell you the truth, I'm like, it's still learning because anyone can do it.
Right.
Even the biggest people, even if you think you have the best confidence.
What happened in, what was that? In Denver. Just me with my back pose. Same, I still go through it. I mean, you never know, because you might practice in front of a mirror, and with you not having that in front of you on stage, you can't really, you're wondering, like, am I hitting it right? So you might need somebody in the crowd yelling it out to you to open up or whatever it may be. But it's a learning experience.
Yes,
and it bothered me. I mean, oh my God.
It eats you up.
Yes, and it's like, when is the next show so I can fix it?
Right?
Yeah. So.
Or you start thinking like, man, I wish I could go back and redo that one moment, that one moment. But
it happens.
The best thing I could tell Kyle is, like, stay in your lane, worry about yourself, beat yourself from every show, learn something, even if you do bad or good. All you have to do is improve on yourself. And in time, everybody's so impatient, and in this sport in the day and age with all the pro cards and some young guys going super fast up to the Olympia, everybody thinks that they are, oh, I paid my dues. But as Xavier said, I've known him for over 7 years now. It's time, and you cannot beat time and repetitions and things. And those things after doing it, I mean, you think about 1 year, it's only 52 weeks. You got 5 years, under you. Then you got 200 times under your belt. So all these young men need to just put time in, and it will come.
Yeah, and you get better too.
And it's also important. A lot of young athletes don't realize this. Like Waddy said, he's known me. I've been in the industry since I can't even remember.
11 or 10.
Yeah, no, 2009.
9.
2009.
Dude.
So I did bodybuilding before I crossed
He's
over
old.
to men's
He's
physique.
old.
So a lot of athletes just don't realize that how much the growth has to affect who you are and what you do, and you becoming an athlete. It's really important because you can become a pro tomorrow, and guess what? You can become a pro tomorrow, and then you can do bad as a pro. What you want to do is become a good athlete at a national, local level, regional level, so that when you become a pro, you're that top athlete as a top pro, and not just somebody that just walk around with a pro card. So it's important. All of these things that they're saying and some of the things I've been telling you, it's all important, and it helps you become a better athlete and to get that win that you're all looking for.
The one thing I think you can be a factor no matter the level. People get their pro cards, and we have so many pros a year. You go to the New York Pro, there's 50 pros, and you're placing 30th. And I think people don't realize being on the amateur and doing all the amateur battles and the USAs and the junior nationals, you become just as well known, just a factor. These companies that you're looking to be or get a hold of, they know you're in contentions to get that pro card. So you have just as much exposure as a top level amateur as you do as a low tier pro. So I think that's the other thing, is knowing that at all factors of this sport, you can really get your brand out there.
I would say that even the guys I know that went up real quick wins, national win, and they're noticed very fast. They don't stay around too long. If they do, they're not as good in a few years because they didn't have to grind with everybody else. So let's say I do a national show against you two guys. Us four do a show. I'm the last one to go pro. I've had to put in more work. I've had to learn my body and just do more things. And once I go pro, our first pro show together, I might beat everybody because I've had to put in that much more work to develop my body. And it's
in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, you get to the point where once you get there, it's easy. Like, Chiron, for example. Everybody knows Chiron. Chiron didn't go pro as fast as everybody else, but once he went, it was like boom, 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 boom. Top, what is he, 6th at Olympia now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. He kept getting beat at national shows, but when he finally got in, it was like he was just ready, and he had that pro look.
Yeah,
So,
same here.
yeah.
I went through the exact same thing. 2 years in a row. I never placed at a national show. Never placed at a national show or a local show. Well, I placed at nationals once every year, but I didn't place any local shows. And it wasn't until the 2 shows before I went pro where I placed, and then I kept winning after that. So it happens for a reason. The one thing that we can leave with is this. When those things happen, don't let them be your downfall. Let them pick you up, because that's only going to make you stronger, so that when you have that one moment, it's going to be well worth it.